Yeah. So in the previous class, what we discussed about the guys. We discussed about the. Tell me. Dockerfile keywords, right? Every Dockerfile will start with the from keyword. So we already discussed it, right? Int int label user work data. So expose volume. So I think yeah. So work directory as entry point is completed, right? The work directory and env. So work directory is it is used to set it is used to set a working directory for an image or a container. So we can create the directory by using the work dir, right? So note the Dockerfile instructions which are available after work directory. Those instructions will process from the given working directory. Okay. So env is used to set the environment variables. So env is set to the environment variables. So env is set to the environment variables. So yeah, guys. So work directory, right? It is used to set working directory from an image. So it is creating the working directory. Env is used to set the environment variable. Env key and a value, right? Label and arg. Label will represent the data in the key value pair. It is used to add metadata from our. It is used to add add from our image label branch name release. Arg it is used to avoid the hard coded values in the Docker file. So if you want to use the password, so right. So yeah, so you can use arg. It is used to avoid hard-coded values in the Docker file. Arg branch develop label branch equal to a branch. So what is the branch? Branch is develop, right? It is used to avoid the hard-coded values in the Docker file. For example, password, anything. So it will be hard-coded. We can pass the argument values in the runtime, right? Docker build hyphen t image name hyphen build are equal to branch equal to future. So we can provide the branch name in the runtime. So runtime means so when we build the image, right? At that time also we can pass the arguments. That hard coded arguments means password things. Okay. The user and expose. User we can set the user for an image container. After user instructions, remaining instructions will be processed with the given user. Expose it represents on the which port number our container is running. Right, guys? What is export? Expose is nothing but it represents on which port number our container is running. It's just like a documentation to understand container running port number, right? So we check we run the port number -p, right? -p 80:80. 80. The first 80 is the so the first 80 is the host port number, and the inside the host there is a container is running, right? Inside the host only. So we need to enable the both ports, either container ports and the expose the host port. If container port is enabled, host port is not enabled. So we cannot see the output in the outside because of the host. If you want to get into that host, right? The Docker is containing in the host only. The Docker is containing in the host only. That's the reason we need to enable the both host port and container port. It's just like a document is to understand the container running on the port number. Volume, guys, volumes. So container contains how much GB, right? So container contains a 1 GB file, right? So 500 MB, 1000 MB, 1 GB file, 1 GB, right? So we want to store the logs, application logs. We already discussed it, right? In the application log, so whoever login, logout time, so what are the actions did in a user, it will be writing on the logs. So if any issues, developer will goes to the that log and will verify it. So what's with wrong that user? So he will verify it, right? That app logs will be in every day, something like Facebook. So Facebook is connecting lack of people, right? That may be it write a something like a 50 GB or 10 GB or 20 GB a file per day. So we want to verify it, right? A Docker contains just a 1 GB, below 1 GB, and the container and the server EC2 instance just we launched with the 8 GB, right? I want to write the apps logs in the different way. So where we can use the volume. It is used to data storage purpose. We can use, guys. I will show you, no worries. So from the CentOS 7, so from the CentOS 7, so from the CentOS 7, I need to run my mission, guys. So run echo run one. We already discussed yesterday. So from the CentOS 7, I need to run my mission. So run echo run 1, run echo run 2, CMD echo from image, CMD echo from last, run. These all are the commands. You already knows, right? So run command will execute on the while creating the image, and CMD command will execute while running the container, guys. Only one CMD command will execute and the last CMD command will execute. To build the Docker image, Dockerfile is mandatory. Yeah, if you want to build a Docker image, a Dockerfile is mandatory, and the Dockerfile name should be dcaps Dockerfile. So both are combining Docker a file. So from the CentOS 7, I need to run my mission, right? So we need a CentOS 7. Right, to build the Docker image, Dockerfile is mandatory. Yeah, this is the Docker image. Dockerfile contains a set of instructions, commands to execute our application. What is that, guys? A Dockerfile contains a set of instructions and commands to execute our application. So how you can build the Docker image? How you can build the Docker image from the Dockerfile? Guys, what is the command? So how you can build the image from the Docker file? So what is the image, guys? So what is the command? Docker build. So Docker build, it will build the it will build the image from the Docker file. Docker run, it will run the container from the Docker image. It will run the container from the Docker image. Docker build -t, the Docker name, and dot means search for the current location. It is searching the current location. Yeah, in the current location, the Docker file is there, right? So post assigning to the container, right? What this is, guys? This is a EC2 VM, EC2 instance. So so if you want a end user want to connect the container, right? So before connecting to the container, we need to enter into the VM first. So we need to enter into the VM, then we can enter into the container. So container deploying a Tomcat application, and we want to hit that application. We want to get the application. First, we need to go from the EC to VM, right? For that purpose also, we need to enable the host port. Host port it is 8080 and the container port 8080. Then only we can see the application in the outside. We can see the application in the outside. Guys, understood? Port assigning to the container. Now you understood, right? Expose. What is that, guys? Expose, it represents to which port number our container is running. It's just like a documentation to understand container running on which port number. So our container is running on the which port number, guys? 8080 port number container, and the host port also 8080. So the Docker volumes. So Docker volumes. So before that, I will show you how to so how to create a Docker file. Yesterday we already showed in the last yesterday or day before yesterday. Mm, notepad, notepad. Yeah, I already pasted to your account or something like where I can paste it. So Docker file. Mm, 1 second. I will search it in the somewhere. AWS 20 batch. I already Dockerfile. Dockerfile, right? From CentOS 7. From CentOS 7. Yeah, guys, got it. Yeah. So guys, you understood, right? It is coming from the CentOS. So it is coming from the CentOS, then run command. Run command will execute, right? So we'll execute the mirror list to the, it will check, guys. So it will add the repo mirror list, and you can install the m install java y. It will install the Java, then run mkdir. Mkdir means it will create the directory opt tomcat. So work directory, if you use the work directory, it will change the directory. It will change the directory. Add is nothing but a copy add, both are same, but the copy command will copy the file from one location to another location, but the add command, so we'll download it from the remote, then we can copy it, right? So run command, so we can execute the untar, and the move command, move Apache to the opt tomcat, then work directory opt tomcat web apps, right? So it will go to the web apps, then we can run command uh, will download the labs var dot var file. So this is the var file. So where we need to copy the var file, we need to copy the var file lab 6a, right? The lab 6a. So we need to copy the var file, then expose a container port. Container port it will expose 8080. So cmd command will run on all these commands, run on the while creating the image, while creating the Docker image. But the cmd command is will run only the while running the container, a image as a container. That time the cmd command will run. Cmd what it will do, opt tomcat bin catalana.sh. So catalana.sh, so it will run, this command will run on the creation time container creation time, guys. Yeah, I will create a container. I will create a Docker image, and I will push it to the Docker image to the my my docker my Docker hub registry. Then I will pull this image from the Docker hub, then we will run as a container. Let's see, guys, this one. Let's see. Mm, 1 second. So you can log into the Docker server, then you can create the Docker file. Okay, you can create the Docker file. Right, go to the EC2 instance, North Virginia region, Docker server, instances running, Docker server. So we need to start the Docker server. Yeah, guys. So we need to create the Docker file. Docker, what is the Docker file name? So capsd Docker file. So vi Docker file, and you can create this create this file, and then save it, then run the. So how you can run, guys? How you can build the Docker image from the Docker file? What is the command, guys? Docker build -t build name. So what is the build name? My Tomcat 21st. My Tomcat 21st dot. So why dot? The Docker file is located in some other place, so we need to provide it. For example, opt Docker is there, the Docker file is there, a Docker file. So we need to provide the Docker file location, right? So the Docker file is already located in the same location, so we don't need to provide the path. We just use the dot symbol. It is a current path. The file is available in the current path, and you can create the Docker image. So it will create the Docker image. So how you can create the Docker image? First, it download the CentOS, CentOS 7 from the Docker registry, Docker Hub registry, the plain CentOS 7. Then it will add the repository on the Docker container. Then it will install the Java. Then it will create the opt tomcat folder. So work diary means change the directory. It will go to the tomcat. Then you can add is nothing but it will download from the remote. So once it is downloaded, then you can use the run command. Run command is nothing but a execution command. tar xvf means that extract the tar file. So then move Apache Tomcat to the opt Tomcat. Then workdir opt Tomcat web apps means cd. It will go to the this directory. Then so here run, it will download the lab6a.var. It will download the lab6a.var. Then expose 8080 cmd means it will run this command on the container. So these commands only will these commands only will execute while building the image, Docker image, while building the Docker image. But this will be executing while running the container, Okay. Now let's connect. Now let's connect public DNS putty putty. Then paste the public IP. Next appearance change 18 bold. Okay. Then credentials private key Samsung is the key. Then open accept. Yeah, guys. So vi sorry ec2 hyphen user ec2 hyphen user. Yes, it is. Yeah, guys. So sudo su. So I'm entering to the root user. I'm entering as a root user sudo su. Then then you guys can create a VA. So let's check the any Docker file is available. So Docker file is already there, right? Cat Docker file. So cat Docker file. I'm moving it this Docker file to Docker one. Move Docker file to Docker underscore one. So it moved to Docker file, right? So the name should be Docker file. Docker file. So vi Docker file. Yeah. So right. So what we need, guys, first we need to write this. Yeah. So what is that, guys? From CentOS, right? From CentOS. So it will coming from the CentOS. Run. What is the command, guys? Run command. Then also run command. So run command. Then also, so we have a 4 run commands. I will show you why 4 run commands. So run is nothing but it will execute the command, right? So work dir. What is that, guys? Work dir. So work dir is nothing but it will change the directory. Add command is for to download the web, and we can copy the file. Download web from copy to some other place. So then run command. So run command, then run command, then work dir command, then again run command, then expose command, then cmd command, right? So these are the docker key 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 files. What are the key files in the docker from CentOS 7? Said something like, first we need to validate if the CentOS 7 repo is there or not. So said hyphen I mirror list m slash etc m dot repos dot d CentOS 7 star. So then, so we can add the mirror list. Said hyphen I base URL equal to, so we can add this mirror list. So what we need to do, so we can add this mirror list. So yeah, so I'm adding this mirror list. So then run command yum install. So once you add the mirror list of the CentOS 7, then yum install java hyphen y. So it will install the java. The next command mkdir slash opt slash tomcat slash opt slash tomcat means it will create the mkdir it will create the mkdir command, right? It will create the directory. Then workdir means it will go to the change the directory opt slash tomcat. What is that, guys? Opt slash tomcat. Then add add the add the tomcat version. Add the tomcat version. Yes, add the tomcat version and download it to the opt tomcat. Yeah, it will download it. Then run command tar. So tar hyphen xvf. Xvf means xvfz means it extract the Apache extract the Apache star dot tar dot gz star dot tar dot gz, right? So then move run command move move Apache hyphen tomcat Apache hyphen tomcat hyphen 9 point Apache hyphen star 9 point 9.0.83 slash star means all the files move to slash opt tomcat opt tomcat, right? The next work dir it will change it to the path opt. What is the path of the tomcat, guys? We want to update we want to deploy application. So the the path is web app slash tomcat web apps tomcat web apps. So then run again. So again the curl command to download the a simple var file. So a simple var file. So this is in our like so you already developed the var or jar. You can provide your path, but I am taking simply from the web. Then expose 8080. The path is the container exposes the 8080 port. cmd cmd cmd. This command will run on the. So one second, guys. Yeah, so it will run. So this command will run on the while running the container from the image. So all these commands will work on the. So will these commands will work at the time of imaging the build. So image build image. So that cmd command will running as a container, right? Yes. Now I created the Docker file cat Docker file. Yeah, this is the Docker file. Let's build the image from the Docker. Let's build the image from the Docker. So how you can build the image from the Docker, guys? Tell me. So what is the command? I want to.
Docker build.
Yes, very good. Docker build. So Docker build hyphen t image name. So what we can give? Tom, my Tom, Tomcat 21 batch. My Tomcat 21 batch. Dot means the location, the path of the Docker file path, the Docker file location or a Docker file path. If the Docker file is located in the some other location, so we need to give the full path. If the Docker file is located in this place, in that directory only, so that is the read. Just dot is nothing but a current directory, showing the current directory. You see error, fail to solve the, fail to load the cache, invalid response, status 404. So where it is, guys? It is error https apache.tomcat.bin.var. So let's check if the path is there or not there. Let's Tomcat. Yeah, Tomcat is the v 9.0.1. Then RC bin. This is the files, right? A latest module, right? Yeah, Tomcat 9. So if you want to deploy Tomcat 9, Tomcat 9, the tar.gz, right? Bin apache tomcat version .zip tar.gz src. Yeah, guys. So these are the versions Apache Tomcat 9.0.91, right? Yeah, copy this link address. Yep. You need to paste this link address. So HTTP DCS Tomcat 9 9.091 src Apache Tomcat 91. Okay. So then it looks good. Where the 0.91. What it is, guys? 0.91. So yum install java y. Is it executed or not? Yum install java. Java is installing. So this is the error, guys. So error, run move Apache Tomcat 9.1 to OPT. Cannot state Apache Tomcat 1 star no such file or directory. Let's check, guys. So vi Dockerfile. What is that? Tomcat Apache dot star Apache star. It is downloaded or not? OPT Tomcat workdir OPT Tomcat. OPT Tomcat OPT Tomcat HTTPS. Okay, OPT Tomcat, then tar XV fz apache star.gz to move to the opt web apps. Let's try, guys. You see, guys, building the image, right? It is finished. So building image is finished, right, guys? So now it's success. Now it's success and build the image. Okay, ls. So how you can check the Docker images, guys? How you can check the Docker images? So we build the Docker image now. So how you can check the Docker images, guys? What is the command?
Docker image status.
Just Docker images. Docker images. So I want to remove all the images, guys. How you can? Docker RMI image name or image ID. For example, so I want this one. First we need to check the Docker containers. Docker ps-a. So no containers are running. Now I don't want these Docker images. I want to remove these Docker images. Docker RMI. So what is the command, guys? Docker RMI. So I want this one only. I don't want all these images. Yeah, from CentOS, right? I will get the CentOS. Yes, from this one also. From Hello World. I don't want these guys. Okay. So unable to delete, right? You guys I can use Docker hyphen RMI. RMI hyphen F, guys. So Docker images. You see, guys, only one image is created, right? So only one Docker image is created. Say yes or no, guys.
Sir,
Yes, right? So how you can run the Docker image? How you can run this Docker image, guys? So you already knows, right? How to push this Docker image from here to the Docker
hub.
hub. Okay, you already knows, right? So I am skipping this. Just I am running the Docker image from this. I'm running the Docker container from this Docker image. So what is the command, guys? So Docker
Docker run.
run hyphen d detached mode hyphen. Yeah, guys, Docker D. So we cannot use the name, guys. So Docker run hyphen D. So detached mode hyphen P port number 8080 colon 80 80 80 80. What is the name of the Docker image, guys? My Tomcat. My Tomcat 21st BATCH. Guys, understood? So Docker run. You are running a container as a image. Which image? This is the image. You can use the container image id or a image name to run the container. Okay, so docker error response from the daemon failed to create a task for the container, failed to create a shim task, OCI runtime, create failed, run, create failed, unable to start the container process. Why, guys? Tell me. Now let's check the systemctl docker status. Systemctl status docker, sorry, status docker is running. But what is this, guys? The exe. So unable to start the container process, exe opt tomcat bin catalina.sh, permission denied. Permission denied. We run as a user, right? So last time also we got the same vi slash etc, sorry, vi Dockerfile. For example, we will
Sir, for any file creation, this is the pattern.
this is the pattern only.
Okay, it will
I
not change. The
think
pattern will be
file permission. I will tell you one thing. So after that, we need to add the mod command. So I now I understood the why it is. Now I got the point. I need to this right the catalina.sh. This catalina.sh is we need to add the execute permissions. So I will show you how to execute the edit permissions. Yeah. So we need to add this. Let's check. So we need to give the permission. I need to give the permission, guys. That chmod permission. Let's check. Yeah. Run chmod plus x opt tomcat bin catalina dataset. I already told you, right? So the permission is denied. So let's try wq again. You need to build the Docker image, guys. So rm Docker images, right? So now you can try to create another image. Docker build. Yeah, it is created, right? Now let's try to run the. Yeah, it is created. So why it is not created, guys? Because of the permission. Catalina dot permission is, so the permission is the, because of the permission it is not so not running. Now it's running, guys. So ps, what is the command? So how to check the Docker containers running or not? Docker ps hyphen a. So 21st batch 21 seconds ago exited 21 seconds ago. So opt bin Catalina. Okay, it is created. Status is created. Yeah, I will remove, guys, once again. Docker rm hyphen f. Rm hyphen f. Why rm hyphen f? I don't want to. So if the running containers also will delete by using hyphen f, guys. Docker ps hyphen a. So now there is no Docker containers are not running. So now I want to run the container. So Docker run hyphen d detach mode hyphen p port number 808080 my tomcat batch, guys. Docker ps hyphen a. Why it is excited? cmd opt tomcat bin catalina.sh run, right? So looks good only, right? opt tomcat files are there. Use a tomcat, huh? ps hyphen a exited with this code ls docker rm hyphen f my tomcat test which okay. So I'm getting from the Docker Hub, guys. I'm getting this from the Docker Hub. Let's check. Dockerhub.com.
Sir, that exited means
Exited means it is not running. Yeah, we should run that container. If you want to see the, so if you want to see it in the outside, definitely it will be running, guys. It will be running. Let's check this one. Tomcat push not pull, guys. Mm, Apache Tomcat. Yeah. Let's pull this, guys. Yeah, Docker pull. So Tomcat this one. Let's pull this one. Yeah, Docker image. Hare Krishna Tomcat, right? Now let's start this Docker. Docker ps hyphen. Yeah, yeah, there is no images, right? Docker run hyphen d detached mode hyphen p port number 8080 colon 8080 and the image name is, this is the image name. Let's check Docker ps hyphen a. You see, guys, so created the status is 2 seconds ago. Before the status is up and running, but it is exited. Exited means so it is not running. Exited means it is not running. I will show you. Okay, so now it is running and the port number is 8080. The port number is 8080. Now let's check it in the browser, guys. Now let's check it in the browser. So what is the public IP address, guys? This is the public IP address. http http only, http colon double slash, this is the IP address colon 8080. Yeah, you see, guys, Tomcat is running. And so what is that? Lab, I think 6A. Lab 6A. Yeah, guys, now you understood? So your application, your app, your code is deployed on the, where you deployed your code, guys. You deployed the code in the cat docker docker file. So you deployed your code, you installed in your libraries, you downloaded the Tomcat and installed the Tomcat, and so your code also deployed on the web apps. Your code also deployed on the web apps. Guys, understood? Now, so the Docker container, Docker ps hyphen a. So the containers are running, right? So now you can so now you can connect to, now you can connect to the host, but I want to connect to the Docker. So how you can connect the Docker, guys? So the Docker, how you can connect the Docker connector? You can use Docker Docker exe executable format hyphen it means integrated terminal. So what is that, guys? So you can use the container id, then bin bash. So bin bash means, so you're executing that server, you see. So before you are in the, before you are in this host name, but now you are in the container. So where you are, guys? Now you are logged to the container. So web apps, right? So let's check it. You see, lab 6a dot where is there? Lab 6a dot where is there? Cd dot cd bin. You see, so this is Catalana.sh. So where the Catalana.sh is? So your Catalana.sh is here. So that shutdown.sh, startup.sh, version.sh. These are the, and so Java is installed. So ps-f pipe grep -i Java. I think it's yeah. It's showing Java is installed. So what about the Tomcat? Tomcat also install, right? If your application is showing in our, if the application is showing in our your web browser, right? Definitely the Tomcat is installed, and the Java also installed. Now, guys, you understood? So this application, this this container. So I'm exiting from this container. Exit. Exit is means excited. So you are excited from this container. PS Docker PS Docker process container. How many containers this container is running? Yeah, this is the container running. Guys, now you understood? So initially where we deployed our application, guys, initially, so in the data center where we deployed our application, so we deployed our application in the physical server and the virtual machine, right? So physical server and the virtual machine. This is the CentOS 7 you installed. So which one you installed? You installed the CentOS 7. You installed the CentOS 7, and here also you installed the CentOS 7. CentOS 7. Then you install the Java, everything, right? Install the, so in the base OS you install the Java, install Tomcat, right? So then you deployed our code. opt Tomcat web apps slash lab 68 dot where lab 68 dot where, right? So you installed here also same, but why container is popular? So it will it will resolve the OS dependencies and application also. So you can run this container. For example, this is the container. So this you can run this container on the physical machine. You can run this container on the virtual machine. You can run this container on the cloud also. Cloud, so that is a virtual machine. In the virtual machine also you can run the container. For example, this is QA, and this is uh, dev dev also. So you can run the container, same container you can run it in here also. And so for example, this is a production also same container, so we can run it, same container, so we can run it here. It will resolve the dependencies, everything, guys. So this is the resolve dependencies of everything. So that is the reason most of the companies are migrating from here to here. Virtualization, containerization, guys, now you understood? So this is a physical servers, then virtualization, then virtualization, then then containerization, then containerization. Guys, now you understood? Guys, now you understood? So this is the containerization. So this is the virtualization. How they are simplifying it from physical to virtualization. Yeah, the resources simplifying, and from virtualization to containerization, it's simplified. So it's simplified and compatible with the all the all the servers. For example, here you see, guys. So this dev is Ubuntu. These dev servers are Ubuntu servers. So your production servers are so Oracle servers. What is that, guys? So Oracle Linux are installed. So your QA, for example, your QA is installed with the CentOS 7. CentOS 7, guys. So if you install the just so what we need, guys, we need a Docker install, Docker service. So Docker service, so running, if the Docker service is running everywhere, the Docker service is running on everywhere, so Docker service running. So this is also Docker service running. So everywhere it is it's not a compatibility. It will run on anywhere. If you create as a Docker, it will run on anywhere. Guys, now you understood? And also the application will be the application will so here physical or a virtualization, your entire application will be in one server only. So your entire application, so for example this is a whatsapp contains the chat to status and contacts. So initially, so we will deploy all these code into one server. We will deploy all these code into one server. If something goes wrong on the contacts, it will entire will be impacting. So if the issue with the status, the entire application will be impact. So from virtualization to containerization, they created as a container. So your application, this is your application, and the so and the this is a chart module, this is a status module, this is a contact modules. So every module will create as a container. So this will be running as a one container, this will be running as a one container, and this will be running as a other container, this code will be running as a another container. Guys, now you understood?
Yes, sir.
If something goes wrong on the contacts, so which will be impacting, only contacts module will be impacting, right? The remaining two will be working. If something goes wrong on the chart, it will impact only on the chart container, it will be moved in the chart container. So this methodology is nothing but a microservice. This methodology is nothing but a microservice. Now our deployment is a microservice deployment. Our deployment is microservice deployment. This is a monolithic. Monolithic. Okay, guys. So monolithic deployment and microservice deployment. So so before we are using the monolithic. So monolithic, guys. This is C. Yeah. So monolithic architecture. So monolithic architecture. So monolithic architecture based deployments. So monolithic architecture based deployments. This nowadays we are using the microservice based deployment. Deployment. Guys, now you understood? Guys, now you understood or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, right? Yeah. So monolithic versus microservices. So yeah, completed, right? Something like that part will be completed. Now you understood, right? How the applications are. Now you understood. So, but what I am asking, so the logs, right? Application logs will be writing on the some other place. So container having only 1 GB. This EC2 instance having only 8 GB. 8 GB, right? This EC2 instance having only 8 GB. So I want to write the. I want to. Sorry, guys. I want to write the code. I want to write the code in somewhere. How you can attach the volume, or you can create the direct volumes in the, for example, this EC2 instance having, for example, this launched with the, so with 100 GB, right? You launched with the 100 GB. So it took for CentOS, it took 8 GB. So remaining 92 GB is free. So and you run as a Docker container. You run as a Docker container. I want to I want to create a volumes, and I want to attach it to that volumes. So I will show you how to attach the volumes on tomorrow, I think. So today not possible, right? Docker volumes. So what is that, guys? Docker volumes. So something like this is your two Nginx servers. I want to share this index.html both as a load balancer. So how you can do it? Docker volumes. Docker volumes mounted to EC2 instance. Docker volumes, for example, this is our container. So this is our EC2 instance. The file contains in the EC2 instance, and connect to the EC2 instance. I will show you guys. Docker volumes. Docker volumes are used to persist data generated by the Docker containers. Using Docker volumes, we can decouple the data storage from the Docker container. Using Docker volume, we can share the data among the multiple Docker containers. On deletion of the Docker container, volume will not be deleted. So volumes so will not be deleted. So tomorrow I will show you guys how to create a volumes, and how we can share the data from the one container to another container. Docker volume creations, creation 1, creation 2, creation 3, using host file, bounded mounting. This is important, guys. Host boundary mounting. So I will show you. So I will show you tomorrow. So today is Friday, right? Yeah. So what you guys can do, so whatever the Docker, right? A Docker videos, you guys can practice well. And so Monday we will start the Docker mounting, Docker volumes. Okay. So
Okay.
Docker volumes are the most important kind of concept, guys, because of it will reflect on the Kubernetes. This Docker mounting concept will reflect on the Kubernetes. You guys can be careful and practice these videos, guys. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
We'll continue from Monday.
Bye.